Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. German is a very hard language, even one of the hardest on earth. That's why today we are going to discuss about whether it is possible to find an English speaking job when you live in Germany.
And today in this video we're going to talk about it. So we're going to discuss about the industries that accept English speaking people, which cities are easy to find English jobs in Germany, and what are the challenges you might find if you only speak English in Germany. And also we're going to share our own personal experiences. So let's get started.
So in Germany, in the local companies, usually people do speak German. In some of the international companies, they do speak English. But since some of the international companies doing business with the local companies, that's why they need to speak in German. First of all, we can explain about the industries where you can find English speaking jobs. For example, in IT and tech field, you can usually find English speaking job. It's easier than other field. In, for example, Adidas, like some international companies, they offer also English speaking jobs. But as I said, it depends like what departments you are working in and what team members you have. Like sometimes you have team members from other countries. That's why it's easy to find an English speaking job. And the other field is tourism and hotel. Most of the time the guests are gonna be from other countries, international. That's why, because we know someone, she's working in a hotel, she says we are most of the time speaking in English. That's why that would be easy, but you need to know some German sometimes to get that job, because in case like your manager might not be speaking in English, or like you have only German speaking guests and that kind of thing. And also English teachings. There are some international schools in Germany, for example from England, they teach in English. If you want to work as a teacher, you can find a job, or when you want to work in private courses, for example English courses, then you can find also a job. And also in academical field, there are some specific subjects where they only speak English, and a lot of people I know from my work environment as well, I met a lot of people, their German level is very low, but they did their master, for example, in Germany in English. That's also possible. So I can show you shortly from one of the examples. Let's say if you want to work as civil engineer in Germany, when you open the Stepstone application, you can see some of the requirements for a civil engineer. Even though the job description is in English, I searched specifically for English jobs, and one of the job descriptions I found is it says you need to speak also German, not only English. I thought, because usually according to statistics, most of the job descriptions are in German, 96% of them in German. And another one, for example, for developer, there is a Java developer position. When you see the job description, it says again good English and German is a plus. It says actually it's not necessary, but it is a plus if you know. In some of the job descriptions they don't mention at all language requirements. I would prefer to actually apply, even though they ask for German, I would prefer to apply, because sometimes they hire you and then they offer you German courses.
There are several cities in Germany that are really international. What I mean by international is like a lot of people from other countries, they come to work in that cities, and there are Berlin, Munich, Frankfurt, Hamburg, and also Cologne actually. When you only speak English and you cannot speak German, of course there's gonna be challenges when you want to find a job here in Germany. The first thing you need to remember is German is the primary language used in most of professional field here in Germany. And the first challenge you might face is limited job opportunities. In sectors like healthcare, manufacturing, or government, they usually require German as the first thing. And the second challenge you might face is cultural barriers. So of course, if you understand only English, and it's gonna be very hard for you to understand the local culture, you cannot understand the customer expectations, and also it's gonna be really hard for you to understand the workplace dynamic. The next challenge is language requirements in job ads. Many German job listings still require a certain level of German proficiency. So even though you speak English, it's very important for you to learn German, because even though you try to get a job in international company, they sometimes require German too, so not only English. And the last challenge challenge is workplace integration. So of course, if you know only English and your colleagues are German, it's gonna be very hard for you to socialize and build relationship with them. Move on to personal experiences. How is it for you?
So when I was applying for a job, I was seeing a lot of job descriptions. They ask for German. Since I work in IT, usually my experience was like this. 80-90% of people, they ask for German. At least B1, some of them even B2 and C1 even above. But in IT, I think it is possible to find a job in English. One of my experiences with language, it was when I was applying for converting my driving license. I went to an officer and I wasn't able to speak in German at the time. I was very new in Germany. She told me, no, I cannot answer in English, so you need to bring a translator. At the time I understand, like, there are some people, they really don't, even though they can speak English, they try not to answer. I met such people, but I can say most of the time people are friendly. You can solve most of your problems.
Yeah, since not gonna lie, I only speak English here most of the time, and I'm new here. I learned German previously, but it's like only I understand theoretically, but I'm not good at speaking. So, but I'm still trying to do it. So my experience is like it's very hard to socialize, especially to neighbors, to friends, like new people, especially from other countries too. Like for example, he's from Turkey, and I need to get along with Turkish people too. And since they don't speak English, the one and only language they understand is German with me. So that's why it's gonna be very hard for me to socialize if I don't understand German.
So as conclusion, we can say,
Yeah, to answer the title of this video, yes, it's possible to get a job when you speak English only in Germany, but you need to remember that, as I said before, it's limited. The opportunities will be limited.
so we don't want to discourage you if you started already learning language or applying jobs in Germany, or you moved or you are going to move to Germany. I don't want to discourage you. Just move to Germany. By the time you're gonna learn German as well, because I did the same. I didn't know German at all, and after moving Germany, I started learning the language, so it would be easier to learn German language in your country. So yeah, please also comment what are your experiences. If you are only English speaking people and if you are living in Germany, please also comment your experiences. See you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye bye.